The sacrifices many of our parents made just to stay in our lives. This conversation is inspired by a real-life event. Mrs. Mukwege, you're always staring at that picture. Why do you keep it so close?
That's all I have left of him, Miss Caroline. My life has always revolved around him, from the moment I brought him into this world.
How old was he in that photo?
He was just a boy. 8 years old, I think. Full of life, always smiling. That smile kept me going through everything.
You must have had quite a life raising him on your own. Didn't you ever think of remarrying after your husband passed?
I married young. I was just 15 when I became a wife. A year into the marriage, my husband died. It was devastating.
I'm so sorry. That must have been so hard for you.
It was, but the hardest part wasn't losing him. It was what came after. Our custom. Our tradition. It bound me. I couldn't remarry.
Why not? You were so young. Surely people would have understood.
No, Caroline. Our tradition is strict. If I had remarried my son, he wouldn't be able to eat the food I prepared. He wouldn't even be allowed to attend my funeral when the time came.
That's so harsh. Just for remarrying?
Yes. I couldn't bear the thought of that. So, I gave up my youth, my hopes for love, all of it. I stayed, for him. It wasn't a choice, really. It was what had to be done.
You sacrificed so much for him and now he is no more. Did he know how much you did for him?
He never needed to. It wasn't for him to carry that burden. He was my son, my life. Everything I did was so he could live freely, without shame or restriction. That was enough for me. Watching him die at 35 brought me so much pain and anguish. It would have been better if I died in his place. Now I'm only a lonely, pitiable old woman.
You're an incredibly strong woman, Mrs. Mukwege. Not many would have done what you did.
Strong? I don't know, Caroline. Love makes you do things you never thought you could. But even now, with him gone, I can look at this picture and know I did right by him. He was a dedicated medical doctor who performed many successful surgeries.
You certainly did. And I'm sure, wherever he is, he knows it too.
I hope so, Caroline.